playing for more than a century in the heartland of America, and today we're going to settle another chapter in this age-old rivalry where there's a brass bull awaiting the victor. Welcome to Camp Randall Stadium, home to the Wisconsin Badgers, as we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Iowa Hawkeyes, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Wisconsin Badgers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Hawkeyes will kick it off to get us underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Wisconsin's offense takes the field for the first time today. In the last meeting between these two, it was the Badgers taking a close one.
They won it close, and this has been a big source of bragging rights, obviously, for the past year now back in Madison, and any Wisconsin fan around the country and around the world. They made the plays when they needed to late in that game, David, last year.
Well, and the cool thing is, man, you get a whole year now to brag or hear the bragging, and usually you get tired of the other fan bases. So now Wisconsin had the bragging rights. Iowa has a chance to do something about it.
Got enough for the first down and wants more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Right back to the well. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Give to the running back. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
Here comes the heat. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Back to pass. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Touchdown, Wisconsin! A great catch and run for 6. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So Iowa's offense has its first opportunity of the day. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, Dave.
Yeah, it was a great great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not second and long. It's not third and long. Now the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. The give to the back. He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Looking to the big tight end. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. The Hawkeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. The run to the left. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31. Some of the oldest rivalries in the sport come from the Midwest, and the Big Ten, and Wisconsin and Iowa have been going at it since 1896, guys.
Yeah, and for years and years and years, regardless of whether you're a fan of Big Ten football or you're not, or these two schools, if you like hard-nosed physical football, 3-yard in a cloud of dust, good defense, this is your game. And for over 100 years now, fans have been tuning into that.
Well, and I think the competitive nature of this game, too, like the series is almost tied. It's almost identical records, so it just shows you it's going to be a great game, similar styles, and then bragging rights at the end.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
Throws to the tight end. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down, but hold everything. There is a flag. Let's see what that's about.
Hold.
They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. On 4th and 11, they decide to go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Flowers. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down.
Hold.
This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. The give on the inside. Fights off a defender. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
That's just a really nice job by the running back, making the first guy miss and going to get positive yards. This guy's got some wiggle, and you saw it on that play.
They're in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 20. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice cut.
Through the air on second down. Got his man quickly. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play.
The play action fake. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And he gets home again, continuing his production. Last week, 2 sacks. This week, already a sack in the first half. This guy has been on a sack terror.
Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. And he kept that one just straight enough to graze inside the left upright. That'll bring him to within 4.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Going to the ground. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Trying to set up the screen.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. How about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
The Badgers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Might be calling a hot route. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
On 4th down, going to the air. He's got it, 1st down and more. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line. And the Badgers with the 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that defender was just smothering the cornerback on that screen attempt. You know, the QB's taught to hold on to it to the last possible second. He had no shot trying to negotiate that defender.
So now it's 2nd and long. They'll go to the ground. Powers through the defender. Virtually unblocked, and he stopped for a loss of 8.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
On target over the middle. What a nice connection. Knocked down immediately, and they've got it at the 25. As we come to the end of the period, Wisconsin has the lead. And we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the 2nd. So after the break, they'll go back to work. They go to the ground. Got the 1st down. Looking for more. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Iowa has the ball back on offense. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here on the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
They go to the draw. Finds a little space. There he goes. Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard gain.
Great timing on the draw play, too, by the coaching staff. It's a down and distance where the defense thinks it might be pass, so you hit him with the draw and get a big gain.
Looking to throw on first down. Makes a connection. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They got it out to the 41 with a first down. Fast completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw on first down. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
When they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field, you saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though. How quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Listen to this place. Oh, man, they love their Badgers. Third down coming. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Now adjusting. Made a defender miss. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
And that's the problem, man. You want to heat this guy up. You want to bring some pressure, but you see the other side of that coin. You bring pressure, he sees it, he can run, get the first down. This defense, it's kind of a pick your poison. Too soft, too laid back, he runs it and takes off. Too much pressure, he can run it and run away from guys and take off. So, nice third down conversion by the quarterback.
And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Throws toward the end zone. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
Great job by the defense not falling asleep on that play. Like, you're right there in that fringe area, this part of the field where offenses will get a little bit aggressive and try to throw the football because they kind of think the field's shrinking, is harder to run. Nice job staying on it, staying disciplined, and executing by this defense.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
On the run from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. They coughed it up on that last drive, but the defense really bailed them out, holding him to a field goal, Jesse.
Yeah, and I think the offense kind of got away from their identity a little bit on that last drive, David. They got to kind of get back to doing what they do.
Yeah, and hold on to the football. I mean, defense just did their job. Stopped them, held them to a field goal, limited the damage. Now it's time for the offense to get the momentum going again.
One of the things that makes college football unique, the cool trophy. 72-pound brass bowl here, guys.
72-pound brass bowl. I'm not sure how they thought of that, but it's kind of cool looking. Bulls are kind of tough. I guess everybody, when you have a good rivalry, Paul, I guess you need a good trophy to go with it.
Yeah, and I think one of the cool things about the Big Ten is you got all these trophy games, and now we're adding new ones to the mix. I'm all for it, man. Big brass bowl on a stand. Good news is both of these teams, Wisconsin and Iowa, they've got a lot of big linemen that can carry that 70-plus pound trophy back to the trophy stand if they win.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. The Badgers come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Got a man. It's Flowers. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now, having given up multiple first downs on this drive. Somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleeding.
There was nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. A loss of 5 on that play.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Fakes the catch. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6. So they'll send out the field goal unit. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. They take a 4-point lead here in the 2nd. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Conference USA action right now, fellas. Wait till you see how things are playing out. New Mexico State is ahead in this one. This team plays a hard-nosed brand of football there in Las Cruces, but they're a long way from closing this out. They're up by 7 over Louisiana Tech. 2 fan bases with very different emotions in CUSA as we send it back to you.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Looking downfield on 1st down. Slips it, turning it on. And he's finally down, sliding in safely after the huge pickup. That kind of play will send a surge of energy through your offense. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 40. To the air on 1st down. Grab behind the line. It's Miles. Brought down at the 26-yard line after a pickup of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Lost a throw on 1st down. Just a short pass to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion. 2nd down coming up. Back to pass. Just missed on the connection, incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Go to the end zone, picked off. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back end. And here's the thing, that's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Got him downfield. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. That big explosive play carries him into plus territory. They'll snap it 1st and 10 from just across the 50. Finds the tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle.
I'll tell you, when you've got a tight end like this, it makes it a lot easier calling pass plays on 1st down, even if the defense is in zone coverage. He did a really good job there, working his leverage, finding the soft spot, and making it an easy completion.
The offense will have to use its first time out of the half.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that 1st down.
They've got it at the 36 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Well, this offense has come out slinging the pill. They are throwing it. They're trying to be aggressive. We're only in the 2nd quarter, guys. Already, this guy has over 200 yards passing.
Pressure coming. He's got it on the move. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. They'll immediately call timeout. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The give out of the gun. And he was fortunate to get that one back to the line of scrimmage at the 5. No gain on the play. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Got it! Into the end zone! Touchdown, Badgers!
And that's just a fantastic job of executing the 2-minute type situation by this offense. Something you practice all week long for end of half and end of game. Quarterback, really nice job. Good job by the staff, too, getting the plays in quickly so they could get up to the line of scrimmage and get going. And them scoring that touchdown with seconds to go here in the first half, piling onto their lead, that gives them tremendous confidence heading into halftime.
And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. So it's an 80-yard drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Offense has enough time to get off the play before we head to the half. From the gun, running back on the move. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Trying to escape and get it himself. At midfield, he's got room. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. And the Badgers will line up to kick off and start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Off play action. Fires to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Listen to this place. Oh, man, do they love their Badgers. Third down coming. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. And the Hawkeyes will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Let's see what he can do with it. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Here comes the Wisconsin offense to go back to work. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. Bunch formation for these receivers. They use the end around, first play of the drive. That'll get the eyes moving. Got the first down and more. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
A lot of coaches will tell you they've got a play chart that they're going to get certain guys the ball in certain situations. Nice job getting a guy with speed around the edge on a reverse. He's got some space out wide. Nice job exploding, getting to the open field, and most importantly, getting the first down.
Wants to fire on second down. Complete to the left. And he's brought down after a nice gain. This is the kind of performance, guys, that sort of etches your name in the roar of a rivalry.
And playing big in this big moment, on this big stage, it is so nice to have a playmaker like that you can highlight, that you can focus on, that you can trust in.
He was so excited coming into this game, too, because he knows that oftentimes your legacy as a player is defined by how you play in rivalry games like this.
Fires to the big fella.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing.
Looking to throw again. Fires to the wideout. Nobody around as he makes the catch. So close to that end zone, he can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. They'll go to the air. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable. Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wisconsin. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. Wisconsin is pushed out to a big lead as they take command against the Hawkeyes.
And Wisconsin, obviously, they can feel the bull heading their way, right? Like starting to take the lead late in the game. This is what they want to do anyways. They want to play bully ball. They want to go get that trophy, Palmer, and finish this with Wisconsin style.
Yeah, David, you're right back in Madtown. There's someone right now in the trophy case kind of making some room. They're kind of clearing some space for the big 70-plus pound Heartland trophy. You can feel it all going Wisconsin's way here in the second half.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Iowa has the ball back on offense. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. On the run, it's Miles. He's stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying it and have had very little success. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated. He missed that connection.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
Punt is on its way. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Throws for the tight end. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. What a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
And you see this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. The Badgers send out the punt unit. And nobody able to handle that punt. They'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. They'll give it to the back. Still on his feet at the 40. Still on his feet at the 45. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
He had to fight for a couple down to the 33.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Finds his tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to it. Get him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the defense.
They're going to try to throw for it on third down. Fires to the big fella. Oh, he's got some space. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
Obviously, great job picking up the first down there through the air, but you're trailing by a lot of points now, and you're in that area of the field where you should take a shot. If I was the offensive coordinator, I'd be thinking about throwing this next one into the end zone and trying to cut into the lead.
Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it, first and goal.
And that's a great example of this quarterback having intense confidence in his own arm talent. That was not an easy window to throw into, but he had the ability, and he knew it.
A first down run on the doorstep. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. And the D deny them on second and goal. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Going to swing it on second down. Looking to get it in. Goes out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they'll be set up and in great position here. Finding it tough to make positive yardage now. Third and goal from the 2. They'll try to slam it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Iowa! Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
Lining up to add another. And after making the extra point, they're down 24-13. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
ACC action, fellas, and all week there's been intrigue about this one. North Carolina is down right now, but that kid on the defensive side, I know this is a big statement, but he looks like a young Lawrence Taylor. Do not rule out a comeback. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Arizona. Any major changes in this ACC standoff, you'll hear about them first.
Breaks into the open. He rumbles out to the 39-yard line before he's steered out of bounds. And the Badgers, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. They'll try to get outside. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I love DBs that want to tackle, and they get an opportunity to look like heroes on these outside toss plays. Physical play by the corner there, getting the ball carried down behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's the pressure. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. It'll be third and long. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. And talk about spreading the ball around, everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. He'll try the left side. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Quite a bit of work to do on third down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. And the field goal unit is on the field. Going right down the boulevard. And that lead grows even bigger.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative. Use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Iowa has the ball back on offense. Looking to throw on first down. Spins away from the defense. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
This is a fun spot to be in defensively. Like, it's late in the football game. You know they're passing the football because you're up a couple of scores. You pin your ears back. You try to get to the quarterback. Play smart. Make sure you rally to the football tackle and don't give up the big plays.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Wants to go up top on first down. And wings it incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Second down, he'll throw it. Quickly out to the tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Couldn't find his man, and they'll give up the football on downs. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. This offense has it with really good field position. Looking for space. It's Ivory. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. From the 25-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. The Badgers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. The give to the tailback. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Man, how fast did they get in there and make that tackle for a loss? If you blinked, you missed it. Nice job by the defense getting penetration, everybody up near the line of scrimmage, shooting the gaps quick, getting in the backfield, getting the guy on the ground.
On 3rd down, he drops the throw. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. And this kicker is turning into old reliable. He's already knocked through a couple today. Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. Missed the field goal, but still a 2-touchdown lead at 14. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time David sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
When you hear about it all the time in football, go for it, be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that 1st down. You could see it on the sideline, so let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Listen to this place. Oh, man, and they love their Badgers. 3rd down coming. From the gun, wants to pass. He lost it high and deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. No signs of any kind of kickers. They'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. They're looking for an advantage in the running game to the right. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
The defense, obviously, at this point is trailing. They need to get the football back. They're expecting run. They know the offense is going to try and bleed the clock, so you got to be good at the point of attack. They were right there. They gave up nothing on that run.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Got the back over the middle. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And the Badgers are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. He might want another play. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Trying to barrel in. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. From the gun, looking for a man. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. They make the stop right at the 10-yard line, but oh, what a turn of momentum with that interception. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Looking downfield on 1st down. Quickly to the tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. It's picked off. That's number 10.
I And this is exactly the situation you want to get in as a defense. You got the lead late in the football game. You know they got to throw. And what do? You get to the quarterback, you hit him, and you get pressure on him. And then what happens, Palmer?
Yeah, it's complimentary football, David. No question about it. They're just putting the hammer down right now with the lead. The defense playing accordingly, now giving it back to their offense for an opportunity to pad this lead even further.
There he goes. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the fourth quarter with a big lead, he's still taking shots.
Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. The Badgers can really attack on this second and short. Back to pass. He'll try to do it himself. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. And the Badgers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. It's complete to the left. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the fourth quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball. And because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it. 2 straight completions now.
Touchdown, Badger! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
It's another good decision by the quarterback. You've got to be impressed here. On that one, he finds his tight end. But all game long, whether it's receivers or running backs or tight ends, wherever the best one-on-one matchup has been, he's been able to take advantage of it, and that's why they've been able to score so many points.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. Here's the return from inside his 10. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Quarterback adapting. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Second and short, maybe looking for a shot. Finds his man. It's Dennis. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. He'll throw on third down. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The Hawkeyes moving quickly to the line. And they got to the line expeditiously. Spiked it and stopped the clock. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Wants to go up top. Caught in the backfield. It's Miles. Run out of bounds. They'll spot him at the 24.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep...
Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's picked off for the third time today.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Whoops, someone moved a little bit early. Offense going to pick up a 5-yard penalty.
False start offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll leave it with him. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20. Timeout called by the offense. 23 seconds remaining in the game. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Now the play fake. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
3rd and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go? So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. The Badgers line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Makes the grab close to the logo. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. After this, it'll be a wrap. Looking to throw on 1st down. Under fire. A shot toward the end zone. And the pass is incomplete. Looking for a little salve for the wound, but the ball game is over. It is Wisconsin who will head home with the big brass bowl known as the Heartland Trophy after beating Iowa. That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.